Yeah. What's up? Alright, we back with part 3 of learning this godly ass character. Alright, I'm going to show you ways to keep the pressure on your opponent. Oh, well, telling you that you should. Like, don't let him get away. Like, matter of fact, I gotta go where it starts this off. Let's say you fighting a campy character like Toon. Alright, you're fighting Toon, right? And he's doing all this shit. You know, he's doing this. You might be taking a few damage trying to get in. You know, doing all this shit. This shit's kind of annoying. You're not having a good time right now because trying to get in safely, you might be taking damage. You get a little close, he might do this shit. You know, do that. You know, doing all this shit. So, when you get inside Toon Link and you get that hit, do not let him leave. Keep the pressure going. Even if he's rolling away, follow him. Do pressure strings like I explained in the other video where it forces people to roll or sidestep. Especially if you know they're gonna roll, follow them. Because let's say you pressure them, right? What I see a lot of people do, like they get the pressure, they get a few hits off, and then they just run away and do this. There is no need for you to do that. What you're doing is you're resetting the position. And when you do that, you have to go through all that bullshit again to get inside Toon Link or whatever character you're fighting that's campy. Once you get in, you want to stay on them. What happens when you stay on them? It limits their option to camp. You don't gotta worry about projectiles anymore, cause they pull a projectile, they gonna get slapped in the face, or you're just gonna easily punish them. They do a slow moves. You can't do slow moves up close. I'm pretty sure you know that. I can't pick up a turnip up close somebody's face. That's acting to get hit. Can't do that. Campy characters, they can't throw out projectiles in your face. They're going to get punished by your quick moves. So when you get inside a campy character with the Toon Link, Marth, I mean, well, I don't know if Marth's only now, but either way, like characters with projectiles. Once you get in, you stay in. Don't like do a few hits, like probably 2 or 3 pressuring, and then run away and freaking get a turnip. You don't want to do that. The only time that might be necessary, in most cases it is, like half the time, you know, it depends on the situation, is if you have the lead or if you have a stock lead. So you do that, get a turnip, you keep in range. Like you don't go too close, you keep in range, so you can pretty much react to anything that comes your way and to either Toon Links, Falco, Fox's approaches, whatever. And you be aware of that. When you want to keep them out, you can just do this. You have the lead, you can, you know, easily evade their projectiles, you know, float over them, stay grounded, sidestep, or just freaking neutral air his arrow and his boomerang. This shit beats it. I explained in my first tutorial that I made. You know, it beats that. And then, you know, just create a wall with like turnips. Do this shit. But if the start of the match, if you both got the same stock, and especially if you're down, do not, you know, do a few pressure strings, you know, all this shit, that, and then run away. If he's still there, don't do that, cause if he's gonna start throwing projectiles again, you gotta worry about getting inside him all over again, and you could be taking a lot of damage getting in, or it can get you killed. You got the opportunity to keep the pressure and minimize the damage that you take. You know, you do all this. Yeah, Toon Link ain't having a good time right now. He's getting pressured. What, he's sidestepping? I'm reading that shit. I mean, not sidestepping, rolling. You reading it. He sidestepped. You know, you do that. Or just neutral air. Bait the sidestep, going neutral air. You know, doing that. He ain't having a good time right now. And then out of nowhere, you just do this shit. He sees it like, what? You let me free? Oh, alright, I'm doing this shit now. Now I'm throwing out boomerang. I'm throwing out arrows, all that shit. Now you gotta freaking worry about trying to get in and finish me off. Especially if he has a stock lead or you're down a stock or two. So like once you go in, stay on the opponent. Don't let them breathe. Keep them in that corner. Make this their new home. Be like, once you got them in this range, be like, you're not getting the fuck out. Do whatever you can. Like, capitalize on how your opponent tries to get away from you, how they try to counterattack you, their evasive maneuvers, all that. Capitalize on that. So that way, once you get a good generation, good idea of doing that, when you do a certain move, you already know how they're gonna react, and you can just keep them in the corner. They're not leaving this shit. And then at time you do it right, finish it off, get them off stage. Ah, why she ain't grab the ledge? But you get the idea. So keep them, in the corner. Like, keep the pressure going. If you're afraid you're gonna get counterattack within your pressure string, space your moves. Like, do this and then down tilt. And if they try to jump in after a down tilt from whatever reason, just do that. Send them right back into the corner. And just don't do the same thing all the time. Like, you already know when you pressure somebody, you do it right. Like I said before, they can't do nothing out the shield unless they have invincible up Bs. Because her air attacks, especially her down there, they auto cancel where you could just jab and do like jab mix ups. And they can't punish that. I mean, what they can do, if anything, what they could like out the jabs and whatever you try to do jashing, they can jump like Marv did. But I'm saying it's all about capitalizing on your opponent. You see your opponent jumping for whatever reason, like or he has godlike reaction to something, just do that, wait for reaction, boom, counterattack him, and then put him back on the other side of the corner and then pressure him until his ass is dead. Oh wow, the fuck, man. But see, like that. That's how you deal with people who camp you or people who have projectiles. You want to limit their use to shoot projectiles at you, because most cases to evade projectiles you have to be in the air, and you don't want to be in the air with Peach against projectiles because she's kind of slow in the air, and if you got too many coming at you, it's hard to like hit everything or evade it. Ah, excuse me. Drinking my Sprite. Godly ass soda, by the way. If you want to get that out there. All right, but yeah, so this really helps when you're fighting projectile characters, because most projectile characters, they don't have fast moves to counter your shit. With where outside of who, what Falco has a good up close game, so you just gotta be aware of that. But if you pressure them properly, once you go in, you force Falco to shield. He can't do shit out the shield. He cannot drop the shield to up tilt, because dropping the shield is 7 frames. Then the up tilt is like what, 4? So that's like 11 frames in total against your 2-frame move. And on top of that, if you're going with a fair, you can move 7 frames before Falco. So that's what, 11 plus 7 more frames that he can't do shit. So his up tilt will actually come out in like 18 frames. You can do a lot in 18 frames. You can do a lot of shit in 18 frames. So like you can space a fair and then forward smash if he tries to like, I don't know why if I go up tilt, but even so, if he tries to like forward tilt you, if you space a fair out of shield, he can't do that because he's gonna get hit by that. His jab, I don't know, I think his jab is like 2 frames or something. Either way, you can move before he can. So just be pretty aware of that. Good shield pressure, they can't do anything. And shield pressure can also lead to frame traps where if they think they can do something, they push a button and they're going to get hit by either a jab, a ground floor to neutral air, you down there, they shield it, you down tilt them. You down there and you down tilt and they shield it, you can just do that. If they want to chase you, just a franchise, you got options. You can do that. So this is going, if you just keep your opponent on lock, like even if they're at the center of the stage, you get in. Do not let them breathe. Stay on them. Stay on them. They go over here. You mess up, whatever. Don't, like I said beginning of the video, do not, do a few pressure strings or whatever, and you think you're gonna get counter attack, or you see them sidestepping, and you don't punish that. Instead of punish the sidestep or roll, you just do this. No, because even if they roll to you and you do that, you're pretty much fucked. Like, you're open. And if you're too far away, you're like, you're giving them time to breathe and freaking camp, and you gotta worry about dodging 100 freaking projectiles, whether on the ground or in the air, and you're taking a lot of damage just to get in and start pressure game. Well, that's not worth it. Stay on their ass. And what helps to like learn how your opponent gonna evade and how to stay on them, just go back to what I said in the first and second video about pressuring people, your pressure strings, and opening them up. Once you get a general idea of how they react to your moves and what they're gonna do to try to evade and counter it, you have a pretty good idea of how to punish that and bait them to do it. And then they're open for a free hit, and you have fun with that. So I think that's pretty much it on like how to keep the pressure on somebody. Like I said, they might be times where you're going to have to get some space, because sometimes you might have messed up a pressure string and they got some distance away from you, and if you try to chase them down, you can leave yourself open. So then that's when I advise you can just run back, get a turn up, or get some momentum, get some space, because there's times when you have to get the fuck out. Like, this time when you gotta stay in, and this time you gotta run away and get some space and reset that position. But in most cases, especially against people who like to run away and cap projectile characters, stay on their ass, because those characters benefit a lot from their projectiles. They can get setups, they can bait you, they can slow you down, they can kill your pressure game if you try to go in with one, stop your approaches, and they can take the upper hand. That's why it's best when you go in, stay on their ass. Don't let them leave. Pressure them. Bait them to do something. You know how they're gonna react. Bait it and then punish it. Keep them in that corner. Keep them near the ledge. That's it. And just in general, like, even if they don't got a freaking projectile, man, like I said before, they don't have an up B, like Meta Knight, Morph, all that. It's gonna be really hard for them to deal with you in counterattack. And especially if you mix it up, because she has a lot of mix-ups. A lot. You mix that shit up, it's gonna be really hard for your opponent to tell where to roll, where to sidestep, how to counterattack you, when to attack out the shield, when to roll, all that. It's gonna be really hard, because you have a lot of moves that are safe. You have a lot of frame traps up close, and you can pretty much get freaking easy kills if you get that godlike read, and you put that fear in your opponent. Even like against characters that they hit hard, like freaking, let's say, Snake. You get inside Snake, you keep the pressure. Snake can't do shit. He can't do nothing out the shield. He has to roll or sidestep, and from there hope that you fuck up and you whiff a move, and then he goes in for the kill. But if you don't, you pressure him effectively, you get him on the frame traps. Once you're inside Snake, he's not gonna have a good time. He's just gonna be off the stage, trying to recover in the air, and Snake does not like to be in the air, and you can pretty much edge guard Snake well. So, like, when fighting Snake, do not be intimidated by his size, his range on his tilts, his power. You don't have to be intimidated by that. Just know, if you do good pressure strings and pressure him really well, Snake cannot do shit. He cannot counterattack you at all. Like, the range that Peach and Morph are, this distance right now, you pressure him like that, bait moves, capitalize on it, Snake can't do anything. Same thing with Dedede. Don't worry about his size. Don't worry about the up tilt. Don't worry about the grab. You space your moves and everything. he cannot grab you. He cannot up tilt you. That's why you put. I'm pretty sure you know, like you jabbing whatever. You know, you do some pressure string for those that are good at it. You see opponents, they'll either sidestep or roll a lot, and they just try to push buttons within that the pressure string. They get hit. I'm pretty sure you've seen that. So the most obvious option is, I can't counterattack. I gotta get away and try to see if she's gonna keep throwing out moves or leave her open for me to get some space or counterattack. That's why you see them roll a sidestep. You actually force people to do that, and pretty well too, with her franchise and mix-ups. So force people to do that, capitalize it, and then just give them the booty, slap the shit out their ass, have fun with them. They ain't gonna be having a good time. They don't want any of that shit. They don't. That's why they sidestep and roll away, try to go behind you, hope that you're still throwing out attacks, and then, you know, try to punish you. Or try to get a freaking grab, or whatever. You already know what it is. So, yeah, that's pretty much it on terms of staying in on your opponent. You know, keeping the pressure, all that good shit. I don't know what I'm going to cover next. I guess I'll cover certain questions that a few Peach players asked me, and you know I give them the answer to it. So I'll probably make videos on how to deal with certain situations if you're kind of lost on it. But like I said, if you have any questions, just leave a comment below. You can PM me you know, whatever, and I'll make videos like these, you know, telling you how to deal with those certain situations. So then when you go play your friends, you go play, you know, whoever that think they could do cheap stuff against this character and get away with it, you see them again, be like, I'm sick of this shit. I ain't having it no more. It's over. And you just beat their ass because now you know what to do. And then they're gonna have to switch it up. And if they don't have anything else, good for you. Kick their asses more. You don't gotta worry about losing to them that much anymore. Or at all. So yeah, that covers this part. Next video, I'll just cover certain situations people might be lost with, and I'll give you the answer the best of my abilities. So until then, peace.